This is Engadget. Here's what's happening in the world of technology. Today is June 8th. IBM will begin an orderly wind-down of its operations in Russia, according to a memo from CEO Arvind Krishna that was released publicly today. The company suspended business operations in the country back in March, joining a wave of other Western companies that chose to either halt sales or pull out of Russia completely following its invasion of Ukraine. Despite no longer doing business in Russia, IBM kept paying its Russia-based employees, but U.S. sanctions on Russian banks have made it harder for the company to pay its Russia-based workforce, Reuters reported last month. The wind-down means that IBM will also terminate the employment of its Russia-based workforce. This process will commence today and result in the separation of our local workforce. Our colleagues in Russia have, through no fault of their own, endured months of stress and uncertainty. We recognize that this news is difficult, and I want to assure them that IBM will continue to stand by them and take all reasonable steps to provide support and make their transition as orderly as possible, wrote Krishna in the memo. The company told investors that no longer doing business with Russia will have very little impact on its bottom line. Russia is a very de minimis part of IBM, the company's finance head Jim Kavanaugh said during a first-quarter earnings call in April. Russia accounted for roughly 0.5% of IBM's total revenue last year, or $300 million out of its total revenue of $57.4 billion. IBM has a number of high-profile customers in Russia, including federal banks, energy companies, and Russian railways. The company even held its Think Summit in Moscow back in 2019, where it highlighted its many Russian clients. But since March, the company has stopped providing goods, parts, software, services, consulting, and technology to Russian companies, according to Reuters. And the Winkelvoss twins might soon head to court. The Verge notes retirement savings firm IRA Financial Trust has sued the twins' crypto exchange Gemini over allegations the business didn't adequately protect customers against a February 8th breach where intruders stole $36 million in Bitcoin and Ethereum assets. The company didn't have proper safeguards to prevent the theft, according to IRA, and didn't freeze accounts quickly enough to block the thieves from transferring money. The trust firm specifically rejected claims that Gemini's protections prevented a single point of failure. Gemini made IRA the parent account for its customers, who use sub-accounts, and gave it a master key that was reportedly exchanged in numerous insecure emails. Combine that with security flaws in Gemini's system, and you probably know what happened next. Hackers got control of IRA's key, moved the crypto into a single user's retirement account, and withdrew the digital cash. The perpetrators also appear to have swatted Gemini during the February incident, making a fake kidnapping call to police. Gemini's other security measures didn't hold up, the IRA added. It supposedly shouldn't have been possible to transfer money between accounts if the exchange had either properly implemented two-factor authentication or prohibited transfers between retirement funds. The trust noted that it didn't have the power to freeze accounts itself and that it took 6 emails to lock down all affected users. We've asked Gemini for comment. This adds to mounting problems for the Winkelvoss' outfit. It recently laid off 10% of staff to deal with a plunge in the cryptocurrency market, and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission sued Gemini for purportedly misleading customers in parts of its exchange and futures contract. While none of these problems may necessarily be fatal, they suggest the Winkelvoss could face financial trouble for a while to come. If you want to catch the latest tech news as it's happening, check out Engadget.com or tune in again every weekday.
Spoken Layer.